I just hop in the phone, I'm chillin' with a eater. She saying she love me, but I don't believe her.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Up.
And it's yours truly, Ade. Welcome to another episode of Boss Talks. Today we have some special guests here with us. Please introduce yourself to the camera.
Hi, my name's Angie.
Angie.
Marcus, what's going on, y'all?
Angie and Marcus here with us today. So we have a special episode today for you guys. We're going to be talking about
We're gonna be talking about some nursing.
Nursing.
And I ain't gonna lie, we got a full house of nurses except me. I ain't a nurse.
Hey, we full house of medical professionals.
Medical
So
professionals for
you
sure.
qualify.
We definitely medical professionals. But besides that, I just want to give the spotlight to y'all too. You feel me? Especially you as well, Ade.
That's three.
You feel me? Y'all three. Excuse me. I apologize. They're all nurses. You feel me? All previously passed their exams. So I'm gonna start with you, Marcus. You feel me? Tell me a little bit about why you chose nursing.
Why I chose nursing? Actually, it started off as I wanted to bring better healthcare to my country in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Right now, I mean, healthcare there is bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So really, it was a dream of mine to put up a team, like let's say us four.
Yeah.
Head to the Philippines or the undeveloped countries and countries that have bad healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
Put up a team and then we all go over there and give free healthcare to kids. You know what I mean? Kids, anyone who needs it that don't get it, that don't get good healthcare. So start off, you know what I mean? Start off as that. So
Yeah. Then you get into nursing.
That's fine.
Do
your thing, my guy.
I'm not gonna ask you to say.
Oh yeah, of course.
We was
Of
at
course.
BossTalk.
Alright.
Everybody has the platform to speak. Please, man, by all means, talk when you gotta talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
Boss
boss talk. I actually never wanted to do nursing. I had such a bad understanding of what nursing was. In my household, my parents were kind of like, you have to be a doctor. That's like
Same.
the way to be successful. You're going to make money for the family. You're going to get us out of here. All that. So I kind of followed that idea throughout high school. Went to college. Took my first semester of pre-med. Got all D's, C's, everything like that. I was like, there's no way I could do this. So I switched my major to nuclear medicine, which I really liked. It was chill. It was like still sciencey, but like imaging and like, I don't know, I felt like I could manage it a little bit better. Did great. Loved it until it was so weird. One night I woke up crying and sweating because I'm like, what am I doing? I feel like I'm not going to like be fulfilled with nuclear medicine. I felt like I would not be able to grow much. And I don't know. I didn't know what I was thinking. I'm like, should I have done nursing? Programs and accelerated nursing. I'm like, I know I also wanted to work with kids, and in nuclear medicine, there's not much. Like I do like a renal scan every now and then on a 2-month-old, but that's about it. I wanted more hands-on. So then I found nursing, and then never looked back. Yeah, did my accelerated nursing. Yeah.
So not everybody's journey is the same, Not everybody knows what they want to be, what they want to do at first.
So I would ask you yourself, like, what made you want to do nursing, my brother?
Well, I come from a family full of nurses. As some of you may know, my mom was a nurse. I have a lot of cousins that are in nursing as well. Another cousin that's like a CRNA too as well. So I've always grown up in that environment. And my most significant memory that really made me want to go into nursing is when my mom brought me to the hospital, and I was just like, wow, this atmosphere. It's like it felt like a TV show for me. It's like this is the setting that I want to be in. This is what I want to do. That's where it's like, I got to do something in the hospital. That's how I got into nursing.
That's fine.
So the whole hospital vibe is just like, I love it. I can't do like outpatient. I always want to work inside the hospital. Outpatient is not for me. I like working inside hospital. Yeah. Bedside is cool, but not as like, I want to get like an advanced degree, like master's or a doctorate. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Show your support to y'all nurses. Anybody y'all know, give them their flowers. Because without our nurses, the hospitals would not be able to run the way they are supposed to. We're gonna get into
We're gonna
why.
get into that. That striking
We're gonna
business.
we're gonna
that
get into
striking
that
business,
soon.
We definitely get to get into that.
But definitely,
not rolling out.
definitely give all your nurses and even anybody that's in the medical field, give them their flowers because without medicine, we gonna be dying young. God forbid. I pray that on none of us. I pray all of us have a long health. I pray all of us have a long health, but definitely give those that help others their flowers. But I'm gonna pass it on to Adi.
So I would ask you guys, tell me about your journey as how it took you guys to get your nursing license, like from getting into school to passing your nursing exams to NCLEX, finding a job. Talk to me. Walk me through your journey.
Wait, so what's an NCLEX? What's that? The viewers don't know what that is. You speaking a foreign language.
NCLEX is basically, I'll talk about my journey after. So I'll give Marcus talk about your journey from nursing school to passing the NCLEX to securing a job.
You was with me on my journey.
I was.
You know what I'm saying? He was with me on my journey.
We definitely went to school together.
He was with me on my journey. So, and we had classes like a bunch of science classes. You know, genetics, micro, which I failed. I failed micro once, and then that held me back a little bit. You know, I kept on. I didn't give up. Kept pushing for it. Passed it. Passed the other nursing classes. You know, hit some bumps. You know what I mean? Hit some obstacles, but we got through. Graduated. Took the Then what else? NCLEX came up. Like you said, it's the roughest thing. It's the scariest thing, so bro. Scary. Like right after you graduate, it's like, all right, now you're faced with the NCLEX. You know what I mean? Now it's like that's what you got. That's what you got to worry about now. And man, that was a monster. But you know, I took my time though. Like you said, I took my time. You know, took some months off. I wasn't stressing about it. Like I wasn't like, I wasn't going to panic. Right. I wasn't going to panic. I wasn't going to panic.
Yeah, just getting out of school too. It's like you don't even want to worry about that.
Exactly.
Another obstacle that you have to face. You just want to take time off for yourself and then worry about it later.
Exactly. That's exactly what I did.
So, just a quick question for those that themselves are going through the same struggles that you went through, that may have possibly failed, like you say you did. How did you overcome that? And I would ask you the same thing as well, Angie. If you did fail, if at any point, same thing for you out there, like how would y'all have overcome that?
Oh man, you know how scared we were failing some of these exams.
Yeah.
St. Vincent.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Failing is a very common thing. Don't get discouraged by that. Like you would get like a 30 on the exam.
Yes.
You would think your whole nursing career is over.
Med-Surg
is like you will get discouraged,
Absolutely.
but trust me, guys, if we can do it.
Absolutely.
I definitely got a 30 on the exam.
Yeah, and that it's so discouraging. It's like, yo, is this can I really pass this course? It's like it's so scary. It's like so unsettling, but
crazy. Yeah. There are times where everyone gets their score and the scores are posted, and
like,
then everyone sees on Canvas, so it'll show. Well, if you use Canvas, and it'll show like the lowest score is whatever 48. That's your score. Like, and people are like, yo, who got the 48? I'm like,
you're gonna turn away, like.
You know, studying for the NCLEX is the ultimate goal. Right. Yeah, it will pay off.
It's gonna pay off. You know what I mean? It's gonna pay off. So keep at it.
All right, just a segue. I apologize about that. You feel me? Because I know there's a lot of people that be failing in life and they get discouraged. And you know, some people they don't know if they should continue going down the path or they should find a new path. But sometimes I'd say just continue to struggle through until you actually achieve it. Because with more pursuit of happiness, shit, they made a fucking movie out of that. I guess I don't know. You're gonna get through it. Like that's simple as that.
Yeah,
that is the perfect example. You just said. What happened to that movie?
For me, but I'm gonna swing it back to you, Angie. Tell us about your journey in nursing and everything that you went through.
Sure. So I did my 4-year program in nuclear medicine, and I graduated at May of 2020. I already knew I had already applied and got accepted into nursing school at Mount St. Vincent, and I started August. So I had a couple months to enjoy the summer, whatever COVID summer that was, and then start nursing school in August. And we literally on our first day of clinicals, which were in-house, we had to wear ISO gowns with the face shield, and that's what clinicals were like. So it's kind of a weird thing to come into. Anyway, I'm getting too deep. I went through 16 months of that program, which was everything was fast. There was no, like, the most I got between for a break was like a week. And then I graduated December, got my ATT like January, late January. So that's your authorization to test. So that allows you, the state clears you to take your examination and get licensed. And I took my NCLEX in February, and I just kept telling myself, "You're gonna pass. You're gonna pass." I know it was fast, and I didn't have, anything more than a month technically to study, but I just kept telling myself that you got this. Pounded those test questions and came out on top.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats. That,
And then started working. Oh yeah.
Did you mention that you had a job lined
I
up before?
did. Yeah.
Like, she had a job. She put the pressure on her.
I
So
had
she
a
Before
job.
you passed the NCLEX?
Before I passed
Yeah,
the
you can do
NCLEX,
that.
I had a
Yeah,
job.
so that's even more pressure, bro, because they're waiting for you to pass. You know
I ain't
what
gonna
mean?
lie, that's the thing I'm
That's
going
the
through right
most
now.
popular
I ain't gonna
shit.
jinx myself.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna
you'll
keep,
be
I'm gonna
okay.
keep trying through.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Mhm.
if there's a will, there's a way. I got
Most
faith in God, so I know there's a way.
That's right.
I know there's a way. But I did. Tell us about your story, my brother.
All right, so my story is a little bit boring.
Yeah.
Started Mount St. Vincent in summer of 2016, graduated in May 2020. All 4 years of college BSN, and then after that, I took my NCLEX. I took like a month off after I graduated. I didn't have a job lined up right away, so I was just looking for a job, talking to people, my peers, my classmates, to see what they were doing. I was like, "Yo, did you guys get a job yet?" Because right after we graduated, they weren't really hiring new guys like that, so it's very tough to get a job. That's going to be another thing you guys might face. Like, jobs are like,
Don't be
even though we're so short-staffed, it's
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand.
it's still hard to find a
That's
job
what I
out
don't
here.
understand.
I really
Yeah, I
don't
don't
understand
We're
that.
gonna talk about that.
Like the
Yeah.
job
We're gonna
opportunities
talk.
were not, especially for new grads. They're like, oh, they want you to have a year of
Yes,
experience.
Yes.
But
Where are we gonna get that
Yeah.
year of experience from?
Yeah.
So it's like it's really tough to get a job. If there's a will, there's a way. So I networked with my classmates that already got positions, so I talked to them and see if they could get into the unit, and then that's how I got in. So
Congrats, my
that's
brother.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
More to come.
Yeah.
More to come.
This is inspirational. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about y'all, but I'm inspired.
Yeah, but
And
everybody,
especially seeing your peers do great. I would tell you guys, don't be discouraged at any point of whatever challenge you may come across. Because, like I said, there's a will, there's a way. And if you want it bad enough, you can get that.
everybody's
For me,
path is not the same.
Exactly.
So,
Everybody's path is not the same.
as long as the end
Just
goal
go
is
at
the
your
same,
pace. Go at your pace.
go at your own pace.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everybody has their own lane, but the end goal is the same.
And
I appreciate you guys, my
Yeah,
nurses.
yeah.
My nurses, I really
Yeah.
appreciate you guys for real. Appreciate the work that you guys do.
but let me switch it over to another question. Pros and cons of being a nurse. So I'm gonna start with you, Roger. We're gonna swing it from right to
Oh
left.
my damn, you hit me with a tough one, man.
It's only right that one of the hosts has to answer
Yeah,
the toughest
yeah,
questions.
yeah, that's true. So I'm gonna start off with the pros of nursing. It's a very valuable thing to have the opportunity to help patients get better. Like I work in the ICU. Some of you guys may know that. It's a very powerful thing to see somebody at their lowest moments. Like the ICU is the intensive care unit. If you guys don't know that, so that's where like the sickest of the sickest patients are. So it's very amazing to have that opportunity to help patients at their lowest moments and then see them get better, see them get transferred out of the ICU, see them even get discharged out of the hospital sometimes. That's a pro of being a nurse for me. It's to have the opportunity to help people get better. So that's a real pro. There's gonna be some cons to some things,
But you said short staffing.
Short staffing, that's one major con because sometimes you can get like even 2 or 3 patients more than what you're supposed to get. So in ICU, the ratio is supposed to be 1 to 2, 1 nurse and 2 patients. Sometimes I was even getting 3 is like the norm for where I work. I'm not going to shout out where I work at.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Or where I used to work at.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
3 is the norm. Like you get 3 patients like every other week. And that's not safe for optimal patient care. You can't do what you have to do as an ICU nurse, having more than 2 patients at a time. And sometimes we were even getting 4. So that's why all that strike business was going on last weekend, and negotiating with the NICE contract and everything. So that's a major con in nursing short staffing. we're working towards that. So the strike that was going on last week. So that's
We're gonna
something
talk
that
more about
We're gonna
that.
talk more about that. So that's a major con in nursing. I'm proud about what I do. Seeing my patients from getting intubated on the ventilator to all the way from extubation and walking and talking again.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
like the greatest feeling ever. And then transferring them out to a regular medicine floor after that. It's like the best feeling spot in the world.
That's
See your
fire.
patients at their lowest moment and then see them get better.
So, Angie, I would ask you the same thing. Pros and cons to being a nurse.
Sure. So I will start. I'm actually going to start with con. So one of the cons I've noticed at undisclosed locations throughout
We ain't
New
gonna
York
talk
City.
about that.
I almost want to say it teeter totters between like a respect for nursing staff. Sometimes nurses, and this is more like in the team. Sometimes nurses kind of are put to do tasks that don't really align with their job responsibilities. And if we had appropriate staffing, or if we had appropriate like assistant personnel and that kind of thing to do those other tasks, we can focus on what's in our job description. And there has just been like a lack of, I don't want to say appreciation, but like acknowledgement that we are fulfilling duties that aren't really ours. And sometimes that's dangerous, right? When we're doing things that are outside of our job boundaries. So I'd say that's an issue for sure. It's like, what exactly are we doing? Everything, things that are outside of our job responsibilities, and we're teeter tottering between like our lives. Oh, you want me to do that? Is that
Risking your
like,
career?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what are we? Is this safe for me to do? So things like
Crazy.
that. But pros, wow, I work with kids. So I got to do what I wanted to do. Just seeing these little peanuts and helping them out and really being super thorough for me, like my nursing skills. And I'm brand new, but just kind of building myself into the nurse I would want for my family members and for my children. Like that's super rewarding because people have literally asked me to be their primary care nurse. Like every time I come on shift, you're my nurse. So that's a great feeling. And seeing kids. I work at undisclosed location, but seeing kids get their heart transplants and that kind of thing, who have been waiting months or
That's beautiful.
years for hearts. I mean, it's such an amazing moment, and watching them, come back down from the ICU and come down to us, and we get to manage them and send them home. Like that's such a great feeling. Yeah, for sure. And peanuts. That makes it all the more better. Yeah.
That's a passionate nurse right there.
Yeah.
Very passionate.
That's
nurse.
what we need in our. That's what we need in a career.
Yeah.
People that truly love the job. Man.
It'll be like 3 a.m. We have, a baby, let's say if they don't have parents at the bedside for whatever reason. Baby's crying, they're not on contact. Take that little peanut out.
Yeah.
I'm charting with them in my arm, giving them little pats. And
Yeah.
that is such a rewarding feeling. Mama for 13 hours.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
That's fire. But last but not least, I got Marcus. Tell us how the pros and cons of being a nurse.
I'm not gonna lie, they covered most of it. Man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like. A con, I'm gonna say, not trying to be silly, but like I'll be tired, bro. I'll be tired in the
That's
No,
valid.
that is
Like,
That's valid.
I'm not trying to be funny. Like
That's valid.
Burnout is a real
tired,
thing.
Yeah.
bro.
Burnout is a real
Like
thing.
there's no reason I'm 24 that my knees should, my knees are hurting, my
Yeah.
back is hurting.
Yeah.
But but it's all love for love for the patients, and we do it for them. And I get that's a pro, like they said, like that gratifying feeling of getting someone who's at their lowest and then bringing them back up. That's definitely a pro. I work in transplant, like liver transplant, kidney transplant. So them waiting for that organ to the operation, you know what I mean, to them being in PACU, to them going to our unit and getting them right, to sending them to rehab until they're all good.
Mm-hmm.
So that definitely right there is a gratifying feeling. And I don't know if I can say this, but it pays well. It pays well.
Hey, I ain't
We
gonna lie.
deserve it though.
It pays well.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Some
Green
people
paid
might-
the bills.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people might disagree. Well,
Yeah.
I
It's a very stable. It's one of the most
Yeah.
stable careers to have.
Right. That's a pro.
At the end of the day, from all three of y'all, I can attest, and from just hearing y'all own different stories, y'all love y'all career. no matter what the goal was that brought you there. It sounds like when every day y'all go into that field, y'all number one goal is the patient. That's what we need in patient care. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna talk about where I am, undisclosed locations.
That seems to be the theme. Hashtag undisclosed.
The more that you truly care for your patient, the more the patient I see their will to live and fight for another day is. And I strongly believe that the more you put into a patient, the more they receive. It's like a give and take relationship. Like you're giving them positive energy that's gonna help them get back on their feet. And that goes with everything that is in them. But today the spotlight is on the nurses. And I just want to say thank you.
Welcome.
Right.
Appreciate you, Roddy.
And all the nurses out there as well, you feel me?
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank
For us. All healthcare workers, thank you guys. What are you guys' opinions on the strike that recently happened? Any one of you guys can take.
I could just hop into
Mike. Yeah.
You feel me? Because you talk to me as somebody that is not as informed as, let's say, you guys are.
So basically, we live in New York. Just to give you some backstory. So the New York nurses, NISNA in particular, that's a union at my hospital. Undisclosed hospital.
We ain't gonna go any further than that.
Yeah, NISNA. So we went on strike, or no, some hospitals went on strike. Yeah. My hospital was one of them that came to agreement before that happened, which I was disappointed in, but I'll give my opinion later. So yeah, what are your opinions about that?
A storm was definitely brewing. I don't think that there has been strikes aren't very common in our profession, and when they do happen, they're like, it's a big deal.
No, it's for real.
Right. These are the same people who, during COVID were getting cheered on with pots and pans, and we would like and appreciate the same kind of support when we make decisions like going on strike. My hospital was also one of the hospitals that reached an agreement before actually doing anything. Reached a tentative agreement, and I actually didn't get the chance to vote. I didn't realize that there was like a ratification kind of thing, and I'm like, oh, the percentage was how close for us striking? Kind of took an L there. I really do wish we had one on strike because it's important to show our faces and show our passion. And at the end of the day, it is about our patients and about how safe we are working in the hospital. And like I had mentioned earlier, like it's dangerous when that's compromised, when patient care is like, lessened and our job responsibilities are increased. So I really wish we had done so. Shout out to Montefiore and Mount Sinai because they strike hard. They strike hard. We used to work at Monty, and
it's fine. They say
used to.
Because Monty is such an amazing hospital.
Question, just before any of you guys continue on about the strike, I would ask is the reason they came to a quick deal because I saw that some hospitals went on strike that Monday, and then by that lunchtime the strike was done. So it's like I thought they won. From the sounds of it, it sounds like there was a lot of L's taken. What's going on? How? What happened? Hospitals cannot run properly without nurses, and that's in everything that we. If you're scanning a patient, if you're operating on a patient, we need nurses there at the spot.
So my hospital is one of the hospitals that came to agreement before we could even go on a strike, which I did not agree to. Basically, some of the details of the agreement was increased pay over certain years, so a certain percentage increase to match the inflation or whatever, which is fine or whatever. But that's not even the reason why I wanted to go on strike. Patient safety that comes first. So basically, the agreement that my hospital came with, it didn't really change anything, or it's not going to make any changes in the future. So safe staffing is still going to be a problem, I think, in the near future or in the future to come. So that's why I was disappointed in the agreement that my hospital came to. Monty and Mount Sinai did a very good job. I think their agreement was what I was going to be striking for. So I'm very happy that they came to. They got their contract. So clap it up for clap it up for you guys.
Their win is our win.
Yeah, is our win. You can't win everything at one time, but one step at a time. So hopefully in the near future, you can follow their model.
I ain't gonna lie, I heard a lot from Angie. I heard a lot from my dad. About your opinion on the strike.
My opinion on strike.
Yeah, how you feel about the strike? I know you say your hospital which you can't disclose, took an L as well.
Yeah. You wanna know something crazy about that strike, bro? I was hearing that they were willing to pay strike nurses.
I
I was like, oh man, I was hearing they were willing to pay strike nurses like bread,
like crazy amounts,
like a week,
crazy amounts a week,
like on
an hour,
but they just won't give. But they won't give us that. You know what I mean? That
for their staff.
right. That's what I like. That's what
I can also say without saying what I do. As y'all, some of y'all know, I'm still a student. A diagnostic medical sonographer. Shout out all the sonographers. I can attest that just from looking and walking through hospitals and the variety of hospitals in New York, you can see that there is a disparity when it comes to the staffing. Like, especially when it comes to on a busy day, a ratio of patient influx, and then you just see how stressed they get. And now you get the patients angry. Now you're overworking and overloading the various jobs, nurses, doctors, techs, regardless of what they may do, you're overloading them. And now what you hire them to do, they're not doing it to the extent that they can. Like, let's say they're minimizing their own skill. Like, they're becoming a little sloppier because they're not as sharp. They don't have the help that they need. The better the hospitals are, the more people are going to get insurance. That's more money for the hospital. Why wouldn't the hospitals think that? Okay, if we get more help for the patients, that get us more money. Let's hire some more people. Is it the greed that we're stuck around? Like, where's that money going to?
These
I'm confused.
CEOs are pocketing a lot. Not hiring. Not hiring will save you a lot of money, bro.
It's like,
That'll
this is
save you
crazy.
a lot of
And
people's
they're playing with
salaries.
people's lives.
Yeah,
Literally
they are.
playing with people's lives.
They are. Not having safe staffing ratios, it really takes away from optimal patient care. People are not doing their jobs to the fullest of their abilities. Like, from not even just nursing, from respiratory therapists,
Everybody.
transporters, to everybody. Like,
and you hear it all
everybody's
throughout
just
the
doing what
hospital.
they can, and we're not doing our job to the fullest of our capabilities, and it's really sad.
It gets to the point where they have the employees pit against each other. So you'll complain about, what's taking them so long? What's this? When in reality, it's the higher ups.
From
Just
techs
playing that
to
puppet
nurses to doctors,
It's
to
crazy.
Transporters like,
Transporters like, yo, you supposed to
But there's one transporter, you know?
It's like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really the puppet masters they playing us for
It's
fools. They're playing us for fools. And that's why they were so quick to end the strike before it even started.
I would tell you guys, don't settle for anything.
Don't settle in life.
Don't settle.
That is regardless of if you just got a regular degree, associate's degree, all the way up to a bachelor's degree, all the way up to a master's degree. Don't settle. Know your worth. Even if you don't have a degree, at the end of the day, you can still get licensed.
Yes.
I mean, you can still get certified. Do not settle. If your job is to handle people's lives, do not take on responsibilities that, one, you're not certified to do. Because now you're putting yourself in legal troubles, possibly. Because the hospitals are just going to defer to you. Now you got to pay for that. And two is like, do what you paid to do. This is why I tell people, like, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. At the end of the day, they paid you for a certain job. Do not overextend your job, because at the end of the day, they can hire somebody just as quick as they let you go. You're just a number to them. That's in everything.
I want to even talk about an example of that, what you just said. I'm not going to disclose any it's very crazy information, but one of the transporters in my hospital, he's telling me how he was taking a patient to a floor or whatever. And the nurses were short-staffed that day, so they really didn't have time to help him put the patient in the bed. So he's just standing there waiting for the nurse to come. He's like, "Oh, I have this patient here. Can you come and help me put him into the bed?" And the nurse is like, "You can't put him into the bed." And that's not in his job description. He has IV lines, medication infusing, and everything like that. So, and then she's like, and then the transporter was like, he has an IV connected. I don't want to touch it and take it out. And the nurse is telling him just unplug the IV. And that's not in his. That's not in his job description to do that. You know. So he would get into legal trouble if anything happened. If his IV came out and the patient started bleeding out, he would get into some serious legal trouble for doing that. So even if we're short-staffed, don't overstep your boundaries, because you can get into some serious legal trouble. Just do the most that you can. Don't overstep your boundaries. Don't do the job of everybody else.
Stay in your lane. Like I said last episode, stay in your lane.
Fill out those protective assignments. Fill out those. Protect yourself. Protect yourself.
I'm the
Protect
first.
yourself. Sign that.
When
Fill
you
that
guys come
up.
out, I'm the first.
3 page assignment. What? I love that protest assignment. Yeah. So.
You should also remember, like, you can fill out a protest just for yourself.
So what is that?
Yeah.
What is a protest of assignment? What is that? Because that's the first time I'm hearing this.
So it's kind of like you saying that whatever assignment you have or that the unit has is not safe. What you need is not there to carry out your job duties. It's kind of like, I can't do this job safely. Here's my signature legally that's saying that I cannot do my job tonight safely. God forbid anything.
Yeah.
I wrote my signature and said I can't do this.
And you still force me to
I'm
do
still
it.
gonna work.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna work.
It's like an extra protection for you.
Yeah.
So if anything happens in the future, you have this paperwork already signifying that you couldn't do your job to the best of your abilities. Yeah.
There have been instances
Protect
where,
yourself, yeah.
Yeah, protect yourself.
Mhm.
I filled out. I've only been working like a little less than a year, and I filled out my own POA. And the charge nurse chose not to. Fine, but I want to protect myself, and I felt unsafe with what was happening with my patients that night, and what I had to deal with, and what was kind of pushed on me. And I got a few other coworkers to sign. Call the AOD or whoever's in charge, and let them know, and you fill it out. So definitely protect yourself, and look up policies too. So hospitals normally have a policy that you can refer to and check out. Make sure that this is a safe thing in terms of like nursing. Like, is this a safe med? Can these two go together? And if you don't know, just ask someone.
Always read the fine print and everything.
Yeah.
Always, just to protect yourself.
I would ask you guys, what's some advice that you would give to somebody that wants to get into nursing? Just one piece of advice.
Aspiring nurses, people thinking about it, people that have one foot in, one foot out.
Yeah.
Maybe you are the person that helps push them through that.
Do it.
Just do it. Nice.
Just do it.
I mean, like, don't, you know what I mean? Like,
No. Be more, boss made. Be more.
There you go. Don't let any obstacles get in the way and let it stop you. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Like, find a way to hop over that, get through, and especially the NCLEX. That's the, like we spoke about. That's the main thing that just puts people down and like brings them down. Like, yo, man, I can't do this. I can't do it. Nah, you can. Like, I know you can. So, you know what I mean? So,
Feeling inspired myself.
Yeah.
do it. Be a boss.
Be more.
Be a boss.
More. Angie?
I agree. Piggyback off what Mark said, like, just keep trying. Sometimes people take like 12, 15 years to become a nurse, or sometimes you're already in another career like I was, and then you kind of choose to try something different. So just trust your heart, really, and go for it.
One piece of advice I would offer you guys is nursing is limitless. There's so many different specialties that you can go into. So if you don't like one, there's probably another one that you like. So don't get discouraged if your first nursing job is something that you don't see yourself doing. Always find something. Ranges are limitless, from school nursing to freaking anything. Pediatrics, maternity, cosmetics, nursing, anesthesia. There's literally the opportunities are limitless. So nursing is a very good career. So if you don't like one thing, you can always do something else.
Question, y'all. So, as y'all, especially males, there's a stigma behind, oh, you're a male nurse. Somebody look at you like you're crazy. What would you guys say to the males? Especially, I'm sorry to exclude you, Andrew, but you feel me? This is a very serious topic. Like, what would you say to the males out there that may feel a little iffy? Like you said, Marcus, it pays very well. Especially if you have a passion for helping people. Why not?
There's a lot of male nurses now. A lot of nurses.
Ain't no wrong with that.
It's becoming a more prevalent thing. Even when I was doing my first interview, they were asking me if they want to hire more male nurses. So if you're thinking that, it's not a career for me, they want to hire a lot of male nurses, especially at my unit. I think there's even more male nurses than women nurses on my unit sometimes. So there's a lot of male nurses. So it's becoming more of a prevalent thing.
They are looking for a lot of males to join the medical field, especially because it's been a drop off. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's because they overwork their medical staff. But there's been a drop off in potential candidates that they hire for various reasons that we went over. It's not only nurses that have gone through, but all different professions in the medical field have gone through their own problems with the higher ups and CEOs. But they definitely want males. One, because they need the help to take care of, let's say, if there's a combative or a crazy patient who needs some assistance to, be held down appropriately, softly, gently. Or at times when there's somebody that may be demonstrative, take care of the situation before the police get there. They do need the males there because of the world we live on. It's crazy as hell. So don't be discouraged because of what society norms say. Hell no. Get that money. What the hell is anybody telling you? If you paying your bills, why are they worried about you? Tell them it is what it is. Don't watch me. Watch TV. But last question I want to ask y'all. Is the dramatization of, let's say, TV shows really like that in hospitals? Though you guys don't have to dox yourselves. Don't get me wrong. Just, is it true or not that they like Grey's Anatomy? Does it get as frisky as it says? Like that?
I think it does. There's some truth around. Obviously, like the medical stuff in those shows are
It's a
not true at
dramatization
all.
for me.
It's very dramatic, but stuff like that does happen. Let's just keep it like that. A lot of drama, a lot of politics, a lot of sassiness. Last episode, a lot of sassiness. So yeah, stuff like that.
It's not. They be capping sometimes on TV.
They do? It's not
Like you can't just
how steamy as they make it seem.
Not so that's like over exaggerated. Yeah, there's a lot of drama.
Oh, drama, yeah, for sure.
Drama, for sure. Yeah.
There's a rapid response or code in vivo in real life. Everyone is focused in these hospital shows. They're like everyone's like, okay, you're gonna have to do. No one's like that.
Everybody knows their role.
Yeah, it's a lot more calm.
Calm. There's like a leader, and there's like literally different roles. There's not someone losing their mind. There's literally someone designated to calm down the family member. Like
Shit, if that's a job, I should have did that. I'm very soothing if you talk to me nice. But besides that,
thank you guys for coming on.
We appreciate you guys, Marcus and Angie. But before we close out,
Marcus, I want to give you a token of my appreciation.
From boss mate to boss talks,
you always show
That's love. That's love. We appreciate you. You already know.
But this was Boss Talks. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. I'll let y'all.
Put it in. Boss Talks.
Lately I've been thinking what's better.